Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room quietly, but somehow everyone feels their presence? They don't talk louder. They don't look perfect, but something about them feels solid. That's real confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. And today, you'll learn how to build it quietly, from the inside out. There was a time when I thought confidence came from achievements. If I could just get better grades, a better job, more compliments, then maybe I'd finally feel confident. But every time I reached one goal, the feeling disappeared again. It was like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. The truth is, most people chase confidence the wrong way. We try to look confident instead of becoming confident. We compare ourselves to others. We scroll endlessly, seeing lives that seem bigger, louder, more complete than ours. And slowly, we begin to shrink inside. But what if confidence isn't built in public? What if it's built in silence through tiny choices no one sees? Confidence isn't a gift, it's a skill. And like any skill, it grows through repetition, through daily micro-actions that whisper, I can trust myself. Because real confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about being grounded even when you're afraid. Today, we'll explore 5 tiny actions that quietly build unstoppable confidence. Not overnight, but consistently the way trees grow roots before they grow leaves. 1. Keep the small promises you make to yourself. Confidence dies when you break promises, especially the ones no one knows about. You said you'd wake up early. You said you'd drink more water. You said you'd write for 5 minutes. And when you don't, a small voice inside says, see, you can't even trust yourself. But every time you follow through, that same voice gets quieter. And a new one whispers, I keep my word. Start tiny. 1 glass of water, 1 page, 1 push-up. Not to impress anyone, but to rebuild trust with yourself. 2. Do one thing that scares you every day. Not skydiving. Not quitting your job. Just something slightly uncomfortable. Speak up once in a meeting. Look a stranger in the eye and say hi. Post your thoughts online. Because confidence doesn't come from comfort, it comes from courage, practiced in small doses. Each time you face a tiny fear, your brain rewires. It starts to associate discomfort with growth, not danger. And suddenly, you start doing things others only think about. 3. Spend 10 minutes alone without your phone. Most people fear silence because silence reveals what's really inside. But when you sit quietly, no scrolling, no music, you start hearing your real thoughts. You start understanding yourself. Confidence is impossible without self-awareness. You can't stand strong in a storm if you don't even know who's standing there. Try this. 10 minutes. No distractions. Just breathe. Watch your thoughts drift by. You'll notice something. You already have the answers you keep seeking from others. 4. Speak kindly to yourself even when you fail. Confidence isn't destroyed by failure. It's destroyed by the way you talk to yourself after failing. You mess up once and your mind says, see, you'll never change. But what if you replied, it's okay, I'm learning. Self-talk is the foundation of self-belief. If your inner voice is your enemy, you'll never feel safe inside your own head. Practice replacing criticism with compassion. You'll be amazed how fast your confidence rebuilds when your mind becomes a friend, not a judge. 5. End each day with 1 win. Before you sleep, ask yourself, what did I do right today? It doesn't matter how small you woke up early, sent a message, went for a walk. Confidence grows through acknowledgement. The more you recognize your progress, the stronger your identity becomes. Don't wait for someone else to clap for you. Clap quietly for yourself every night. Confidence isn't built by shouting, posting, or proving. It's built in quiet moments when no one is watching. When you keep small promises, when you take small risks, when you sit in silence, when you speak kindly to yourself, when you celebrate tiny wins, that's how you become someone who doesn't need to look confident because they are confident. Confidence is not something you find, it's something you build, brick by brick, habit by habit. Start today. Pick one tiny action. Do it quietly. Do it consistently. And soon, you'll look back and realize you've become someone you once admired. Because real confidence doesn't make noise. It simply exists.